This video will focus on the number of cases related to recovery tests, hospitalizations, and vaccinations. So this is our data set, and to be able to query that, we'll hit the query node. So I'm going to just close some window that we're not going to be using. So what we're going to be doing is going to be getting the data label for the age groups, which will tell us who belong to which age groups, which will help the interpretation of the data easier. So I'm missing age bin 6. Try to put these back so that they are in a right order, so we don't get messed up. And if we happen to see them out, of course we can also sort them later, but I like to see my data in good order. And then after that, it says we're going to want to see the number of people who have vaccinations. I'm going to go for vaccinations, probably at the end. Vaccination by age groups, that's what we want to see. We also want to see the number of people who got care for. Intensive care patient on the age groups is listed just now. It's 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to be doing next, going to be also get the number of people who die by the age groups. So we have age groups 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So good. And then we also want to go get, I think I'm missing the part of the cases by ages, so I'm gonna go get those here. Just like if we stop, we need to put a comma here, otherwise it won't be continuous. If we continually clicking, the comma will be added automatically. So right here, I want to break them down so that I can see my code easily. That's when I need to add the comma. So here I have all the ages that I want to see. I have the cases that new, the cases that need intensive care in the ICU, the new disease people, and that be giving me, quite a good picture. And I think that would be missed a proportion, so I thought I could put in a populations age by bin or by groups. So here we have like 9 different age groups. Let me see if we have 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna do that. So it's also nicely organized by 9 different groups. So I just put them here. That's I'm gonna break them down. Because that I put a comma, 60, 70, and 80. Now, I really want to see the vaccinations by age groups. I haven't seen them here. I'm going to keep looking. It's going to give me a lot of information that I need. Okay, but I like the new recover by age, so I'm going to be getting them. It's a very important stat and give positivity on how we are fighting this pandemic. So I'm gonna put them here. 2, 3. Do a comma here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there we go. I think I'm very happy with what I have. I think this will produce beautiful analysis and insight when we have them out. Then importantly is I want to say that I only want to look at the country in question, which is Vietnam in this case. So I'm going to put the country code here, country name here, and then I'm going to put the date. So we have a time series kind of date. So we have country name, we have date, and then I'm going to filter them by country names are the 4 countries like we did before in the previous exercise. Those who don't had the chance to watch them yet. I'm going to spell it out again. I want to see Vietnam. It's very heavily impacted by COVID. I want to look at Singapore, another country, the same region as Vietnam and Southeast Asia. Not as bad as Vietnam right now. Depend on the time. Some periods of time Singapore was also very much impacted. I also want to look at Canada. It's my current country in residence. I want to look at the United States of America because I don't know how they spell them. I want to go and look for them to get the right spelling because I'm stuck at spelling these things. I think I'm going to try. Instead of go looking for them, I'm going to try here. United States of America. SQL doesn't give me F, which is great. So I think I'm going to hit that. It's going to get me the data. For the purpose of, I think they're going to be a lot of data from the US because they have the smaller data pool. I can see that most of the countries, a lot of country practice data between the data in the US are not very consistent. Some data points show age being across the groups. Some show that very much on certain groups. So the groupings of age in the US data is not very consistent. What I'm going to do is that I can try to make my data clean by keep the US out of my system, of my data. So I'm going to just keep Canada and keep the US here, close the bracket here, and then command the code. I'm good. So that will give me more consistent. The problem might be at Singapore though, as we know in the previous video, that Canada also breakdown of different regions. Oh, okay, interesting. So we see that Canada doesn't have a breakdown by age being as much as, and so let's see, we have these data at all. So we don't have new confirmed cases, but we have, interesting. Okay, so this is to say that sometimes the data explorations and what we're hoping we can get from the data is not necessarily align. What we want and what we actually get is not aligned. So it's a good exercise. We know what data we not always lost. Since we know what we can learn from the data. Not very comprehensive and not consistent in a certain way. All right.